Thokozani ngithi amen kwabazalwane ngithi thokozani bogogo nomkhulu. Siphinde sifike-ke another week, another video. Ngiyangixolela nje umoya wami ukhathele. I'm so tired, but ke kumele ukuthi siqhutshele phambili. So just nje ukuthi sigibele phezu kwayindaba. Today I wanted to speak about a few things, some of which are indaba yemfihlo and how it affects you edlozini imfihlo zasekhaya. I wanted to just touch base a little bit about indaba yabalozi, and also I just wanted to speak about indaba zomthwebule ekhaya. Kahle kahle sogcina nje in family situations and how they can affect you esimeni sakho samoya, esimeni sakho sedlozi. Okay, to get into it, I know some of y'all have asked me in the subtitles, bazalwane, because we just shoot, we just shoot the videos with our phones, asnama editor, we don't have editors, we don't have videographers, we're literally doing this ourselves. Agona a high-based production, it's not a high-based production, abang futhi nokwazi ama-cost high-based production. This doesn't pay me. This is something I do freely. Ngesimo sokuthi ngizoletha ulwazi. I'm bringing knowledge edlozini. So I know I have a lot of people that have, contacted me from overseas in various countries, wanting to get back to their roots, but as much as I feel for all of you and I want to accommodate you guys, hence why ngikhulume nje isiNgisi, and like I speak English and my mother tongue, but unfortunately a lot of things I have to dive into them within my mother tongue because that's the best way to make it make sense. So yeah, there's not much I can do without a production team. This is something we do freely, and when you're doing something for free that doesn't bring you money, I can't now invest in a production that's going to edit my videos and so forth and so forth. Hopefully in future I can do that, but for now this is just not something that is possible. But I appreciate you all and ngiyanithanda. All right, back to isimo ke sokujula esihlangene ngaso namhlanje ne. In the last 5 years, ngipractice as a sangoma. Kuningi izinto ngangilokho ngibulelwa zona, and I think sekufikile isikhathi where I can openly talk about it. I think for me it was about timing, especially because baningi abantu esengibasizile that we'd have these discussions and ngibachazele nami semengiphuma kuso, like ukuthi bazi ukuthi ababodwa, and know that they can lie in the comfort ukuthi they will make it through, irregardless of what's happening. So nje in the last 5 years practicing as a healer, one of the major things ebeziyinkinga kumina, ebezingilethela all types of incindezi, the first being ayikho into ebuhlungu njengokudemonizwa in your family. I think that was one of the biggest problems I had, being demonized within my family, because I think I've explained ukuthi ngiphume ekhaya njani. Ekhaya kusindisiwe, ekhaya bekuyikhaya laka fire basically, singasho njalo, because predominantly umkhulu wami wayewumfundisi, ukhulu wami umamfundisi. Uma ozala ukhulu wami, so my mom's grandmother ubeyisangoma. Umkhulu ubaba wayezala umkhulu wami wayeyinyanga. And even on my father's side they were healers, but on my father's side they've always practiced. So ayikho into entsha when I came, like I contacted them and I was like, okay, ngiyatwasa, this is what's going on, the wada. So it was nothing surprising because vele abantu that belong edlozi. But on my mother's side, the mere fact that my grandfather's father, Nyanga, that was hidden from me. The mere fact that my great-grandmother, so my mom's grandmother, Sangoma, that was hidden from me. The mere fact that there were actually quite well-established healers and well-known healers was hidden from me. The mere fact that kunezinto that were actively done by family members, uyokhamba balaphi, that was hidden from me. To find out that I come from such a long line of healers was hidden from me. And these are things that ezaqala zambuleleka ngamaphupho, zambuleleka ngeyibonakaliso. I hope ngiyazwakala because it's raining. But a lot of things were shown to me by through means of dreams and visions. And I remember ngathi ngingene ngobongweni, ne? So when I started my process, yongene ngobongweni, you know, I had a conversation with Uma, and I told her, look, nazi izinto engikhonjiswa zona. And she started diving into it. Uma akaze angideny, akaze ngathini. She wasn't happy about me initiating, but she didn't necessarily say, you can't do this. So, into angazange zayenze. It was, I think, for me, I understood ukuthi Uma grew up in a home whereby njengoba ngisho umkhulu wami umfundisi, and you know, bengifundisi under the gospel church. My uncles babefundisi except for one, yabo oyishibizelayo Nkosi yami. He's not about that life. And yeah, my uncles babefundisi. My aunt omunye, I think naye wenza something regarding fundisi. So nje ekhaya, it's that family nje yesonto. So Uman, I think, was more afraid for me and what I'm going to deal with and how she is going to have to explain this to the family more than ukuthi Highlander siyazi, Highlander sifuni. In fact, that's when she sat me down saying, "Ngimbuza ukuthi yazi ma ngiphupha abantu abanje kanje, like what's going on?" Athi ma no, kahle nansi udaba lesekhaya. Ukhulu wami, so when she was explaining that her grandmother, so my great-grandmother, Sangoma, and osisibakhe babeyazi imithi, her nieces, like kwakuni deep endabeni yemithi nokubonakaliswa nan. One of my aunts that passed away when I was quite young, that I was very close to, wayenobizo naye, ne? So the people that have ubizo ekhaya, that I can honestly and spiritually say ukuthi nababantu engikhonjisiwe ukuthi no, laba banedlozi was my mother and my aunt lo owashona, wayenobizo ukuthi umuntu ofanele athwase abe sangoma. And I found when my mom was diving down into these things ukuthi this is it's complicated, but
just try
and difficult.
Just try and simplify it.
But I found when I remember when my mom had called them for a meeting, and I was, you know, no one wanted to come. And when they did come, like only 2 of my aunts came, and everybody didn't want to come. They wanted to know over the phone, oh, why you want to have a meeting with us, you know? So walindagela baba u2 abafikile, like made food, wapheka ekuseni, you know, wapheka ekuseni, or wathenga ama drink to make sure ukuthi banephuzo, and my mom's a great cook, but wabahlalisa phansi laba bafikile ke nakho nami imlo ngibhica ubovu, like I'm fully, you know, ngqokile nje uyithwasa leli, you know, wachaza ukuthi no, njoba nimbone nje umntanami nasi simo uyathwasa, njengoba ethwasa mina ngiyamsupport. Njengoba ngimsupporta angilindele ukuthi khona umuntu ozogxeka or anything like that. If I can tell you that no one ate, akekho wadla ukudla kwama, akekho wadla ukudla kwama, and abafuna ngisho drink, like they don't even want water. Kungekudala I was told ukuthi oh lento engiyona idemoni, lento engiyona like ayikho into enje ekhaya. Mind you, nazi ibonakaliso zila, ayikho into enje ekhaya, siyazi thina lento siqala ngawo, you know. And the unfortunate thing is my grandmother also had a calling. Like she had a calling waqasha-ke ngesonto indlela aqasha ngalo ngesonto. Kwamsebenzela yena lokho, but nakhona not really, because bottom line there were things that I was shown about my grandmother ekhombisa kona ukuthi akubalekeki, you can never run away from your calling. But ke asikho lapho. Like every time I there was something going on with me, like they refused to even be around me like that. Yabo. There were always comments. Now enwaziyo nje hlezi kushiwo ukuthi hayi yabo demoni satanism lobu inhluphekiso le angiphathi ke ngoba mina njengoba ngifundile ngasebenza, like I had like really cool jobs. It was like awema lesingisakhe ke sisiyophelela yabo ephareni, you know. Somebody actually said that uthi yophelela ephareni ukuthi kuphara lento engiyona. So I was defeated because I learned ekuhambeni kwesikhathi ukuthi the most common thing about abantu abanobizo ekhaya, and I'm not talking about ubizo light, ngoba khona ubizo light, we can deny it, singazama ukuyi-sugarcoat and not do like as if we're trying to sound superior. It's not about trying to sound superior. Unobizo light lolu ukuthi hayi ngoba kuubizo necessarily, but wena uzolekelela umuntu wayengaqedanga ngoba unabantu abadala wena, so uzolekelela lo muntu, especially because lo muntu uhamba nawe yabo, they in your squad of amathongo, so uzobalekelela. Kunomuntu ofanele alapha ekhaya kuphela, mhlambe hayi nokuthi ukulapha necessarily like ukubadlisa imithi or ukubadlisa impande or anything like that, no, but menginemsebenzi ekhaya amathongo want to speak to through this person ukuthi njengoba nginomsebenzi ekhaya nansi into efanele ukuthi mayenzeke, nansi into efanele mayivimbeke yabo, into kanjalo, like minor things like to make sure ukuthi umsamo sekhaya uhlezi u-right. There are people abanobizo that need to fulfill that. But inginabantu abanobizo lele lithi what we are going to do with you, sizokhipha ezweni, sizokhipha emphakathini, sizokhipha phakathi kwabantu, sizokwenza the most loneliest person in the world. You are going to be highly depressed, you are going to suffer from anxiety, you're going to constantly be stressed, you're going to constantly ngathi idlozi litrapa ngesichitho ukuthi nje wena ungabe umuntu okwazi ukuthi uhlatseke nabantu, and not in the manner ukuthi mhlawumbe uyazondwa, but it's like you don't fit in and you will never fit in, and no matter what you do umuntu ozohlala hlala uhletshwe. So the best thing for you is to not even be within leyo circle leyo, you know. Umuntu that is going to drive umona within your friendship groups or within abantu ophila nabo osebenza nabo, you know, ukuthi hayi why wena uhlezi uthola into ukuthi why into zakho zikhambela kanjena, why ukwazi ukubona ukuthi, why ukwazi ukubona ukuthi, even nabantu othwasa nabo kukudalela umona ukuthi hayi loyana nje uzenza umprofeti omkhulu, hayi loyana njena ugida kakhulu, hayi uzenza into ukuthi, uzenza into ukuthi, awuthandeki. Uyathandeka in people that are outside of your situation, kodwa in terms of ukuthandeka kwabantu ofanele uphile nabo, abantu ofanele spend impilo yakho around them, uvela ubisitha from the time you are a child. if I can explain my situation, Minekaya, I always had to have those arguments of how much I know. I grew up being the child that was told I was stupid, ngislima and ngengisoze compare to ubhuti so that mina futhi bengitshela ebusweni hayi ukuthi mhlawumbe bebengihleba bebengitshela ebusweni so that I always feel like I'm less than and ngibe nenzondo for my brother, of which never happened. Like, even though we have issues, but that's not the reason. Babe ngitshela ebusweni ukuthi ngimubi kangakanani and ngiyogana ikhehla akekho ayikho insizwa untaka ubusukuhleka shobala
ayibonakele bathi
bathi Asa siyahleka manje ngoba phela umuntu use right kodwa busukuhleka kangaka I didn't tell you.
No, you did not tell me that.
Okay, but yeah, they told me.
Ema Batini?
Batting your organic. That's the serious level to Mazalad. I can tell you in Luzam.
Okay.
And you shall have
okay. Same too. Exactly.
But yeah, like, I'm so sorry. But I was literally told, Wuti, I'm so unattractive, Wuti. Ayikho insizwa engangami. Noma umuntu engimlamayo that will ever marry me. Like I was told consistently. Wuti ngimubi. Ngiyokanwa ikhehla lamlungu. Ilone lozolingithathe ngoba lizwe singisami, and at that stage it was like vela belungu bayabathanda abantu abamnyama, especially abamnyama njengami, you know. That's why like mina umuntu mengincoma ethi indonya amanzi in ngangivele ngibona ukuthi kushuthi uyangeyisa because ekhaya sorry about that, ekhaya ngikhule kuthiwa ngiyindonya amanzi but as a joke, as umuntu oyedelelwe kuthiwa nje ngimubi, you know. I was told I was extremely like the way ngiyona fanele uma angigqokisa ublack kuphela because okhala bangiqamisa too much, and the brightness of my ugliness, you know, akufanele like ibe thrown in people's faces. I was told I was too fat. I was told I was overweight. Lapo, mind you, bazalwane, those that like have seen, like that follow me on Instagram and stuff like that, I've posted old pictures of myself. Mina angqoka u32. Angqoka u32 iskipa sami angqoka usmall. So size 28 mina ngila iskipeni ongilingana. So I was somebody that was extremely tiny ngaphezulu. Ngangivele ngiyintokazi yakaZulu eyinezinqa nama hips nezitho. But not that I was overweight, but I was consistently told, Guti, I'm too big. Megdliwa, I would be given, like, I remember visiting, like, my cousins and stuff, and I'd consistently be told, I'm like, I need to get food last. So everybody would get food first. I'd get the smallest bowl with no meat. Noma yabo le party ephika le enoboy ehlezi inoboy mengifakela unyama ngifakela leyo nto. I was not allowed when I'd visit my cousins to eat like eggs or sausages. Ngangithethiswa. Do I know how much these things cost? I was just always a person that was literally verbally abused. Even though bangaphika manje, but like it would get to a point where I would be the one always cleaning, like mengivashile ngivuswa. I remember one of my aunt's house ngangivuswa ekuseni kuthiwa nje intombazane ayishiswa ilanga enqini. Meanwhile ingane zakhe zilele, mina fanele ngivuswe ngikliniswe indlu yonke. And then because of my nose, I think you guys can see, ngaqanjwa igama. which became a joke. Oh, so cute. And in my other aunt's house, ngangiklinisa indlu nakhona, ngiklinisiwe ahambe intokazi zakhona mase seyibuya, lo and behold bathosa benzeni kuyobuye kuthethiswe mina ukuthi bengihlele endlini the whole day ngingenzi lutho kungcolile, mina wakungcolisa ingane zakhona. Like I was always the person owayithethiswa ehlambalazwa mekhona. I remember mekuvasha abafana mina abantu besilisa ke ade bangithanda in terms of like I can always hang with abantu besilisa bangixwayi nje, like khule like ngumuntu abajida, if I can say it that way, ngumuntu abajida. Like I would always be chilling with the guys because even ekhaya mina behlezi bekhuza ukuthi hayi akufanele ngihlale nabafana bangaka ngizobona unkroyi. Like they're the only people that like would chill with me and understood me. Whenever there were boys around, my cousins would tease the shit out of me. Babe ngigonela lento ukuthi nje umfana asabe ukubonakala ehamba nami. And mekubonakala ehamba nami kuthiwa mina ngiyamfenza. Izinto ke lezi ke mesikhuluma ukuthi uyizithe ekhaya uhlezi nje into zakho uyaphucwa. Like I'd have like stuff engiyithengelo ma ngiphucwe zona kuthiwa ngishare nezinye izingane, kodwa ezinye izingane mezithengelwa omabazo noma obaba bazo, mina I wouldn't be allowed to get any of that. You know, ukhulu lokhu utshelwa ukuthi the way uhlupheka ngakhona, be constantly reminded ukuthi nina niswele analutho. You know, mina ekhaya there were days where uma wouldn't know ukuthi siyolala esidleni. And if I can tell you should call my aunts and my uncles, no one would help. There's only one uncle wayebuya size because he was that person ukuthi vele umuntu ophanayo. Otherwise ekhaya akekho umuntu wayeconcerned ukuthi thina silale sidlile noma silambile, akekho ayinendaba. You know, and uvela ukubona ukuthi as a child consistently seeing this and consistently having even ubona uma wakho the way she was, like my mom, the way she was treated in my family, I don't give a shit. Ngiyazi ukuthi khona bazobuka bakhulume, I don't give a shit. Uma ngangibuka mina ehlukunyezwa ngaze ngakhuluma elinye ilanga ngaqhumiswa ngeimpama ezingasuka phansi, ngaqhunyiswa ngeimpama ngatshelwa the way mina ngiyashamed nguma wami ngayo, all in the name of ngoba ngamdefender ukuthi as umuntu ozalwa by the same mother no baba, like they are her siblings, akufanele ngabe bamhlukumeza kangaka, and akufanele ingane zabo zibe ne-audacity yokuthi zihlezi zimtreat uma ngathi uyisebenzi and nami bengitreata ngathi umuntu vele osihlama ongenalutho. You grow up in such an environment and you look at the world differently and you realize ukuthi even though at the time zenzeka zonke lezi zinto ngingazi indaba zamadlozi, but when you grow up you realize how evil and how obnoxious the world can be, especially because ngathi when she came into some money, the way babe menza ngathi bamkhonze ngakhona was heartbreaking. So mase sengithwasa and I realized ukuthi all these things were happening because kunezinto where people will see within you and see your capabilities, and even though abazi ukuthi what it is about you or yini le abangakwazi ukuthi bayichaze ukuthi nansi inkinga esinayo nalomuntu or nansi reason why singafuni ukuthi aphumelele. Like even business wise, mina ngumuntu owayiphiwa amabhizinisi. I literally remember, this is something I'll never forget. I remember a time when I got offered an opportunity, and obviously anginamoto, akho moto ekhaya, and I called a few of my aunts ngibacela ukuthi bangiyise or bangilande, sorry, ngingakwazi ukuyifikela but ngingikwazi ukuthi ngilona ngibuye, and no one wanted to take me. And I knew I didn't call this one uncle because ngangazi ukuthi vele ngiyangisiza ngalutho. If I can tell you bonke bafonelana ngalento, and he called my mom wathi ngabe ngiyamhambisa so and so, there's a name angibiza ngalo ngilinyanya ukufa ngabe ngiyamhambisa so and so, but inkinga yami nayo ukuthi ingobuhlaza. Mind you, this incident akhuluma ngayo ngobuhlaza mina ngumuntu oyihleze ekhuluma iqiniso ukuthi ngizolishayelwa lona or kanjani, I didn't care, kodwa iqiniso ngizolikhuluma. Ushabalala at the time we were dating and ngisayintombi, ngiyayithanda indaba, nisengibuka emehlweni ngigqolozela ngoba ngifuna ukuzwa zonke le indaba engixoxa la. We were still dating, and ngokwazi kwami umfana mesayisoka like, oh, you can't expect him, angisho kamaqola namhlanje, but you can't expect him ukuthi enze kini ebengenzi kubo, or enze kini kodwa ngenze at the level enze ngizama ukuchazeleni. You can't expect him to ukuthi enze kini wena ntombazane kakhulu kunakubo. I think you better ngcono. So I was told he bought me a bed. He bought me a really expensive bed. And in fact, no one had that bed in my family. So where spread leyo ndaba ukuthi ubaba wengane uthengi umbhede. So mefika osofa lapha beke ekhaya. Athi kunokuthi uthenga umbhede kufanele uthenge no sofa khona ngizokwazi kuba no sofa ekhaya. And I explained ukuthi angiyithengelanga umbhede, ngithengele umbhede. And futhi hayi ngoba bekuthengelwa mina, bekuthengelwa icomfort yengane. Wayesethi no, mina ngibuzanga ukuthi uthole kanjani, indlela othole ngayo umbhede is the way fanele uthole ngayo sofa. And mina I can't do that because ingane yomuzo umuntu la yana. So until abumkhonyana la ekhaya, I can't expect him ukuthi athenge osofa basekhaya abahlula mina, and akabathengile kubo. At least ngithi uqale kubo before azowenza la ekhaya, bazothi ngimhlisile phela mase sekwazi ukuthi athenge osofa basekhaya ngisayintombi. And he could not be bothered. Ngathi like, if it was the other way around, ngabe you do not demand this of somebody else. Yabo, kuthiwa mhlawumbe umfana wasekhaya nithi athenge osofa kanto entombini, but because it's the other way around, kuyimuntu osifazane ufanele ngiyofuna osofa esokeni, like that's wrong. Hayi ngabe umuntu odelelayo ke. So the point I'm trying to drive, because this thing is a lot, seeking love from your family is normal. Seeking acceptance is normal. But into angeke ziyenzeke. Monobizwa and ubizela ukuthi wena uyolapha abantu, uzoba umuntu nje ohlezi ebusy nesimo sempande, ulapha abantu, uhlola abantu, usebenza abantu, uzokhipha ezweni, uzobisithe ekhaya, uzoba umuntu ongathandeki. And worst part, you will discover imfihlo njengami nje that I had to discover this whole situation of isimo sokuthi ngiqhamuka kwabantu abalaphayo, ngiqhamuka kwizangoma, ngiqhamuka kwinyanga, and to be told ukuthi no, that's not true. My great grandmother wasn't isangoma. Sengiphikiswa ngento engiyitshelo undodakazi wayo lo muntu. My grandmother told me about her mother, but my aunts forever deny to know that's not true. And another thing, like, and I'm speaking about this even though like I recently saw a video bakhuluma indaba zeinyoka ukuthi mone inyoka vele esigodlweni ukuthi usuku uthwele, mohamba emanzini uphuma nenyoka usuku uyolanda isithwalo. Abantu abathwele abazi ukuthi kulandwe izithwalo, but abantu ababe izangoma kwandulo bayazi ukuthi inyoka uyaphuma nayo emanzini, mekuthi yinto edalela ukuthi uphume nayo, njengabantu abamela ukuthi bayithwasise. Abantu abayithwasisa imvamisa baphuma nazo inyoka emanzini, yabo. Abanye abaphumi nazo inyoka, but bangena kuthiwa ngena nembuzi, yabo, ngena nembuzi uzophuma namandla akho, you know. And to find out ukuthi this is something my grandmother's sister went through, ukuthi wangena wahamba wakhulunywa naye. I'm actually gonna clip a video towards the end of my grandmother explaining this, but wakhonjiswa watshelwa shuthi amathongo ukuthi akahambe aye emgedeni, so a cave aye emgedeni la emgede ila kuba nempophoma khona, aye emgedeni afike nendishi akha amanzi lapho, makha amanzi bese ayivala leyo ndishi leyo. Kanti uthi ukha amanzi nje kanti kungena inyoka, she doesn't know. Ayithwale ke indishi enamanzi ekhanda, halfway towards ukuphindela ekhaya wezwe ngathi khona into enyakazayo, ezinyakaza alokhu eyibuza eyiphendula ngayo. So wayijikijela phansi indishi, mayijikijela phansi abona inkanyamba engakanani.
Hayi kwabe inkanyamba.
Yini ibizwa ngani?
Hayi angiyona inkanyamba enyinto hey.
Yini inkanyamba?
Ukube usesikakho ukuba wawise inkanyamba. Ngabe safa sonke. Umhlaba ngaba usekho. Azange zawisa inkanyamba. Mhlawumbe wawisa
kwakuyinhlwathi.
Yeah.
Kwakuyinhlwathi.
Ngithi ngisafuna ukuya lapha.
Kwakuyinhlwathi.
Kwayona nje inkanyamba.
Yini inkanyamba?
Inkanyamba ziningi incazelo zayo. Kodwa mina engiyaziyo yayikhulunywa ekhaya ukuthi inyoka nje enkulu.
Nami ngazuthi inyoka enkulu so.
Ehamba phezulu ehamba emafini masithutha. Uyabona masiphuma.
Oh yeah, umnyazo wendawo. Yes, okay. But umnyazo manzi. Ngiyayibona leyo, but yeah, but basically the point I'm trying to drive is the emphasis of bekuyinyoka enkulu. Yabo. Manje wena ufuna ufike ekujuleni kwesiZulu ukuthi actually
cha but the point of all uyamajina nje umuntu uhle la ihleli khona ubuka le video uthi hey wawisa inkanyamba.
Usuke yabo mekuthiwa i-hyperbole ngesingisi sithi ama-hyperbole ama-exaggeration mozama ukuchaza ukuthi bekuyinto enkulu uyabo
isho ukuthi bekuyinhlwathi enkulu.
Inhlwathi enkulu but
yasemanzini
angibeka kanjalo ke correct omkhulu.
Hayi inkanyamba.
Hayi inkanyamba.
Bafa bonke lapha. Bonke kuze ube namhlanje uma wazi uyakhona uzofica umgodo ongakanani. Awela khona inkanyamba.
But yeah, so yeah, wachitha ke indishi ke yawake yaphuma inyoka. From that day washiya phansi yonke into, you know, of which kwakuyiphutha. Naye ukhulu umakama ayibo my great grandmother lo wayisangoma wahamba waye esibeni 2 days ngosuku lesithathu waphuma nayo inyoka. These are things that happen. Uyabo ukuthi inkinga ukuthi abantu sebazenza izithwalo lezo zinto lezo sebazenza izithwalo baz creator which sizophinda sithinte ngayo because nabalozi kunabantu abathi banabalozi kodwa izinto abazakhile okuyisithwalo and sebecashe ukuthi abalozi but ke sizofika lapho towards the end of the video. So to discover things like that ukuthi njengoba mina ngihlezi ngatshela ukuthiwa okay if ngena esibeni ngingena to this part ngizohamba nawo amanzi, if ngingena olwandle ngidlulele this part ngizohamba nalo olwandle. Abo ngitshela ukuthiwa mengena ngibike and ngingadluleli lana noma ngingayi towards indawo ethile engaka because ekhaya vele sabantu abafike bathathwa amanzi and then mase baphuma nayo inhlwathi, you know, and the only person owaphuma nayo inhlwathi yakhe wangayilahla was umakakhulu wami, but usisikakhulu wami yena wayilahle yakhe. Ukhulu wami uhleze ephupha uyiphupha futhi ngizoyishare naleyo video azazi ukuthi idemoni. Till this day she still denies her calling, she still denies indamadlozi even though ziyakhuluma kena. Now nakho ke la ngifuna ukuya khona. In the 5 years Because benginike backstory, in the 5 years that I've been healing, into zasekhaya bezivela kancane, kuyi-breakdown, kancane. And with all the things that have been said to my face and all the things that have been done to me, the one thing engayitshela uma, ngathi yazi ma, mina ekhaya, as much as I've gone through ushidi, ophezu kwashidi, but angikaze ngabathandi because it's not in me to hate. Kodwa into eyiqiniso ngeke ngingayikhulumi. Umuntu ngancamela ukuthi angizondela ukuthi ngikhuluma iqiniso, because mase nginenkinga la ngiyoshawa bangasekho ngibona bezobe bekephi lapho, ngeke bangidefend, ngeke bangisiza lutho, ngeke bangigeze, ngeke benze lutho. So okwami ukuthi ngiphile eqinisweni khona ngeke ngihluphekiswe into eyibhedayo. Ngiphuphe every single year izinto ezenzakalayo. Ngitshela uma ngithi yazwe ma, into ebuhlungu ukuthi in all the times that ngitshela ukuthi lento yami idemoni, lento yami you para, I've never had a problem because nga accept ukuthi bakhule kanje. But into esizohamba ingidalela ulaka efika ingishisa emoyeni is that, number one, ngiyabaphupha abantu abahamba balaphi, abahamba izinyanga ekhaya. Ngiyabaphupha and ngiyakhonjiswa nezinyanga zabo. 2, imisebenzi abafike bayenza nomphahlo abafike bayenza nalezo zinyanga ngiyakhonjiswa zona. 3, bathatha izingane zabo ngoba sebabona ukuthi mina idlozi liyangisebenzela and lento engiyona clearly iyaprosperisha. Bathatha izingane zabo bayobenzisa imisebenzi engabikwanga. Even as recent as about a month ago, one of my cousins, nomamkhulu wami, bahamba baya kakhulu kwenza ekhaya. Ekhaya my family humli kwaMashu, but we come from amakhaya ethu akwaDumisa. So a lot of people from that side know my family. So bahamba ke bakwaMashuke kwayenza umsebenzi othile kanjani. Meanwhile mina kufanele ngenze into for ivumadlozi yami. If I can tell you, I was denied. Kwathiwa nje ekhaya zenziwa lezi zinto, kodwa today ekhaya bakwazi ukuthi benze imisebenzi, and le misebenzi once yaphuphwa yimina yaphuphwa uma, already there are things that are very wrong. Ngagula mhlambe 2 days before lo msebenzi wenzeke, ngagula 2 days wonke. Ni understand imkhuba yenziwa emakhaya, abathi basindisiwe, abathi bakuyathandazwa. Imkhuba behamba izinyanga, behamba izangoma, behamba abantu bethi abathandazi, bahambe abalaphi. I can always say, like, there are 2 family members ekhaya, like lo umalume wami menginemsebenzi engihlezi ngimbiza, and my aunt umagcino wakwamama, that engingiba respect ukuthi abanankinga nalempilo, abanankinga nezinto ezihlangene namadlozi. Like they've never abakaze basho ukuthi hey lento kukuthi, like they don't speak ill of it. So whatever imisebenzi abayenzayo, I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised, I'm just like into miphilisa yenza. But labantu abantshontsha kakhulu abakhobayo, abantu abathi lento yubudimoni, abathi lento ayikho, into ekuthiwa idlozi nje, into engekho, imkhuba that we conjure up esike sihlanganise ukuze sikwazi ukuthi sifeze imkhuba yethu, you know, neenkohlakala zethu. But we sit there and we dream and it's conscious. And I tell people, abantu abangifike ngibahlole, ngifike ngibachazela ukuthi yazi, never doubt into yiyona, because ngeke abantu bafike bakukhombise into that is not true. Abadala ngeke bafike ababhoreki ukuthi bakukhombise izinto ezingekho, ababhoreki ukuthi bakhethe bashiya abantu bakini beyinqwaba bengaka, bakhetha because they see that wena there's a light within you that no one can ever take away. Noma kuthiwa bazama ukubreaka down kanjani. And my thing was, all these years I've never spoken about my family because kwakuhlezi kunale loyalty ukuthi kwakuhlezi kunale loyalty ukuthi at the end of the day abantu basekhaya ngiyabathanda. And as much as I don't agree with them, as long as they don't do anything engcolisa umsamo, ngoba umsamo osekhaya ngawulungisa ngedwa, ngawugeza ngedwa, ngawuhambela izintaba, ngawuhambela amanzi, ngawuhambela amahlathi, ngangena yonke indawo ethi nedlozi phakathi, ngithi ngilungisa, ngahlaba imbuzi, ngithi ngenzela abantu basekhaya bakogatsheni ukuthi namhlanje ngikwazi ukuthi ngingcolisele umsamo in the name of ukuthi this thing that I have ayikwazi ukuthi ingiphakamise kangaka, ayikwazi ukuthi ngibe nedlozi igloni. Ngibone nje ngiyathandeka bazalwane, ngiyagezeka, iwasho ziyangithanda, idlozi liyangithanda, ingelosi yakithi nami, but ayikho into ebuhlungu to constantly be sick and constantly be shown izinto ezifuna ukuthi ziqede umoya, ukhonjiswa imithwebulo eyenzakalayo eyenziwa abantu bakini, whether they know or they don't know, because ngiyazi mina ukuthi kunabalapha abafike benzisa abantu izinto and nganti bayabalahlekisa noma babenzisa imkhuba. I know that, but irregardless of ukuthi buwazi noma ungazi, ungitshontsha kukodwa, you are committing a crime, because wenza into wazi kahle ukuthi lento uyahoba kuyona. Wenza lento nje because kunalento umona egijima ngaphakathi kwakho umkhuba ethi angikwazi ukuhlula ile yangane ehluphekayo ebingenalutho. Ngoba mina like yabo bazalwane mengikutshela ukuthi idlozi liyakuphendulela ezintweni eziningi. There's so much that has happened within my family, and in the mhlungu they'll always assume ukuthi mhlawumbe ngixoxa lo ma, kanti umana usekhoneni ngoba mina ngiyaphupha yikho into engayiphuphi, ngiphupha futhi njengoba ngiphupha into injengoba, ngoba mina nginokuthi ngikhishwe idlozi emzimbeni, ngishiya umzimba njengangazi ngathi yini, but to spiritually travel, ngisuswe la ngikhona, ngihanjiswe, ngikhonjiswe kuthiwa buka la, buka ukuthi kwenzakalani, buka la. I think mnika ama yabo angazi ngichaza
inkinga leyo,
angazi ngichaza ukuthi mhlambe injengani, but spiritual walking where you are able to have an outer body experience and be able to go somewhere and be shown things and see things and experience them ungekho emzimbeni wakho.
Wena wabona uDr Strange,
abazalwane uDr Strange,
cha bakhona bamaziyo.
Oh okay, ushabalala ukhuluma ngeinfinity ini,
cha
uDr Strange lo wama Avengers, lezo zinto ezikanjalo. uDr Strange into kanjalo kokubuka le yanto uzoyi understand le nto engichazayo. So I've had those experiences with my ancestors, and even mikuthiwa kunento abayenzayo ukungivala ukubona, kunesuwasho ngengisasiphuza manje because it will show you esikwazi ukuthi noma kuthiwa uvalwa kanjani ukwazi ukuthi usiphuze ushisa impepho. We've helped somebody do that, la esigodlweni uthola ukuthi bevaliwe ukuthi akwazi ukuthi abone, but leyanto is last resort, into iswasho siphuzayo usungempela sekumnyama ngalendlela ukuthi awuboni twa. And most phuza, it's not a good experience because sikudaka engathi angazi uphuzeni. Sikudake uphelele ushatini ufuna ukulala but awukwazi ukulala, umzimba uyaxega, ukhuluma ubabize ngeke bangasondeli abanawe bakukhulumeke bakutshela ukuthi this is what's going on. And I've done that, and the things that I've seen, yazi sike saba abathakathi ngaphandle, kanti abathakathi abakhulu abasicindezelayo, whether umuntu ucindezela ngomoya noma ngomuthi noma ngomlomo, but incindezi eqhamuka kwabantu othi uzalwa nabo abafike bakumonazela into ongayazi ukuthi wena uyijulukela kanjani, uyisebenzela kanjani. in whatever my family has done, that I'm at a point where ngingabaxolela but angifisi lutho. You know, I always say ayikho umuntu angayenza ukungiphuca idlozi okwengelami. Ayikho into. That's why when it comes to abantu abafika bathi ngithwetshulwe ekhaya, umuntu uyokuthwebula mekuthi uyafa. Mosaphila akho dlozi lakho yokuthwebula. Ngoba lento is attached to umoya wakho and there's no way to rip it from you. The only way to rip it from you is ukuthi ufe wena kuqala. Mekufake bese ke athathe wena nalo moya wakho lo ohamba nawo. Bese yakutrapha ke ngendlela akutrapha ngayo. That's the only way umthwebula. Ngiyodlala abantu belokho bentshela ukuthi hayi ngoba idlozi lakho lithwetshuliwe, hayi ngoba mina ngilashiwe abantu abagangile ngami. Mina I've had healers bezama ukuthi bangenza izinto ukuthi, like I think I once mentioned it in one of my old videos. Ngisho ngithi mina I had a gobela owasebenza isigqoko sami. Khona lesigqoko lesi okuphothula ngasimiyeko. Mawuphothula umngomo. Wayesenza mengithi ngihlaba inkomo ngiphothula ngivele ngishone. Khona ngizobe ispoki lapha emsamo wakhe. Gobela wami oqala ngenza njalo. You know. But ngakwazi ukuthi leyo nto leyo ngiyinqobe. Ngiyikhonjiswe futhi as it was happening ukuthi nakho kusekwenze nje lo muntu wenze nje. So phuma kuyena ungaphinde futhi kube nento ekukhulumisa naye. Uphume nje. Ungabheke emuva. Sayilungisa le nto sayilapha. These are things that can happen, but umuntu udinga ukuthi ufe. If you are still living and breathing, akho umuntu othwebula idlozi lakho. Uphela into angayenza umuntu ukuthi akucindezela akubophe. And as long as wena unamandla ukulwa, leyo nto ungayinqoba. Bazalwane, if I can tell you how many times mina I've almost died. My kids have seen me almost die. Ushabalala ngazi kangaka cishe engidonse ekufeni. But ngiphile. Mosana amandla okulwa, amandla ukuthi lezi zinto ezenzakalayo ukuthi uphike nazo. Uyabo, uzibheke emehlweni uthi yazi no matter what by fire by force mina ngizoyinqoba lempi. Usangayinqoba. But inkinga ukuthi nidlala abalaphi abafuna ukunenza nifile defeated ukuthi hayi uthwetshulwe ekhaya wenziwe ukuthi yabo njengoba nginichaza lento yasekhaya mningi mkhuba hayi ukuthi angiyazi njengoba bagqigqa inyanga imisebenzi abayenzayo khona omunye engamphupha ehambe kumlaphi eyongifuna ukungiphuca idlozi lami ngezwe into inkinyi ngidonsa umoya la ingidonsa. But ngalwa ngaphila. Because bottom line is alikho idlozi ezokulahlela nawe likulahlele intabeni ukuthi uzibone libe lifuna ukuthi nawe uqhube umsebenzi walo. Imindeni kuyoba hlezi khona noma oyedwa noma kuthiwa ukuthi bonke bayakwenza uyohlezi khona lo yedwa nje imamba yasekhaya efuna wonke amandla efuna idlozi lisebenzele yena efuna ithongo lisebenzele lifuna ukuthi nje ama ancestors kube istaff sakhe yena uyi CEO yaleso staff uyasithuma nje. There's always that one in the family that wants to do that. But menzodlala abalaphi noma izangoma ezingazi lutho ezingakwazi ukuthi zikulwise zikukhombisa ukuthi uyihlomisa kanje uziprepare kanje unqoba kanje ngiyohlezi ningalungela izinto zenu. When it comes to abalozi, you know, like I spoke about it in video that I've experienced. Ushabalala was I had umuntu obeyithwasala by adoption. Owakwathi mina ushabalala uyobisangoma mhla kukhona umuntu ongasekho emhlabeni esingesichaza phela uchaza because it's not my story to tell. Kodwa wathi nje indlela aboshwe ngayo nje ngeke azabisa ngoma salutho. Uyogcina nje kanje. Mina okwami nje ukuthi ngimphothule by the way I think everybody knows ukuthi uthwase kumina vele. Right? Right? Ngiyathemba ukuthi niyazi. Ushabalala wathwasa kumina. Ngangafuni-ke, but that's a story for another day. Siyongena kuleyo nto, but ngatshela ukuthi no. Ushabalala ngiyasoza abe isangoma sangempela. Uyobe isangoma njengegama ukuthi he went through the process waphothula umngoma, but ngiyasoza ahlole, ngiyakwazi ukuthi really fully yasebenza abantu, like ayikho into oyenza. Ngoba indlela beboshwe ngayo nemfihlo that engakhonjiswa zona, and on top of that stuff that his mom had told me, like abalozi ugogo wakhe ushabalala wayesebenza ngabalozi, and he didn't know that. Watshelwa yimina because ugogo wakhe wayefika kakhulu kumina and akhuluma, so I eventually asked umamezala wami, I was like, how ma yazi ngiphupha into kanje like kwenzakalani? Athi I know uma wakhe, so ushabalala's grandmother ube sangoma esathwasa, and sasinabalozi as well, and abalozi bakhe kwakufanele obviously there was a process she needed to do, and then ngoba nabo abalozi bakhe kwabasemanzini, and kwakumele ukuthi ahambise imbuzi emanzini, and then and then ahlabe nenkomo emhlophe ne. So ugogo Shabalala wahambisa imbuzi emanzini, but akwazanga ukwenza iprocess yenkomo because inkomo bathi abayifuni kuyena ugogo kaShabalala, bayifuna ku great grandfather kaShabalala, so ubaba kagogo kaShabalala bayifuna kena inkomo yakhe yabalozi ulona ugogo. So wasebenza ngabalozi for years, and then had to retire because leyo nkomo agcine engayihlabanga, so babe sabasho ukuthi ayike peace, thina sesiyathula umsebenzi ngesawuqhuba. Shabalala no ama uthatha ulona ubhayizini umdlalela ukhokhomelweni or something lapho ngithatha kodwa Shabalala. Okay. Uthatha mic. Uthatha mic. Because this thing, like, where are you going? Yazi every time umuntu ayitshela ukuthi this video is not going to be long, vele kube nalo lona, okay, ziyandi itori. Okay, so I was just saying about your story, your situation. How was it for you? Firstly, how was it for you after I told you what the person had said, even though that was also how you felt?
Yeah, it was hard, it was tough, but okwami was ukuthi ngisho okay fine ngiyakuzwa lokho ngibona lokho yabo, kodwa engimele ngikwenze ngizokwenza, ngeke ngivele ngihlale ngoba nakho sengizwe into kanje yabo.
Did you also think you're not going to be a real sangoma?
Azange ngicabange lokho to the extent that I should have. Yabo, because ngoba phela angeke lento fana nje ukuthi utshela umfundi ofundayo mhlawumbe kambe trick or e-university mhlawumbe senza i-third year noma i-fourth year ukuthi noma ungafunda uphasa la ama-distinction ube neziqu kodwa ngeke usebenze. It's like into kanjalo. It's like okay lungile sobona phambili mawuthi kuyenzeka phela lokho mawuthi kuyenzeka kuzofika ukuthi lelo suku kumele lifikeke. Yeah.
Do you think imfihlo zasekhaya contributed to your malfunctioning edlozini?
I mean, imfihlo zasekhaya zinzima kakhulu ngoba ziyamcindezela umuntu uma engazi. So if you don't know i-background eyomndeni ophuma kuwona kuyafana nokuthi uhamba ngomnyameni ngoba izinto zosizwa ngabantu ngamancozi like peace. Yabo ngoba namanje mangase ngekhaya ngifike ngiyobuza something ayekho umuntu ozongitshela ayekho umuntu ozofuna ungichazela. Yabo ngoba ngisho nobaba imbala ubaba makaqala ukukhuluma into serious uvela ashintshe phakathi nendawo athi hayi kodwa asiyekeni sobe siyikhuluma.
Ngiyabazi Nkosi yami.
Sekuphelile-ke lapho ngeke uphinde uyizwe leyo nto leyo. Ngisho noma ungaphinde uyibuze futhi ngakusasa futhi uzothi hayi ngeke angifuni ukukhuluma izinto eziserious manje sobe siyikhuluma. Then sokuphela kwayo futhi leyo. Aphinde futhi mhlambe aphahluke enye into and then umqondo ubuye ukuthi hayi man ngakhuluma into ejule kanje hayi kodwa asiyeke lapha sobe siyikhuluma lento. So istory siphelele kwamina anginaso. Yabo alonto leyo ihamba ilimazi because manje uzovela uhlangana nomuntu akutshele something yasekhaya ebaleke noma into eyenzeka noma into ezogcina iphathelene nawe directly. Yabo mhlambe it can be something good, it can be into better noma mhlambe into ezokulethela harm. Yabo kodwa manje nawe awunayo isho because uyazi vele ukuthi mangekhaya akekho uzongitshela. Ayekho uzofuna ukuyivuma lento and then ugcina ususilalela leso story leso uthatheke. Yabo thothi lapho ugcina ungena enkingeni. Yabo which is something that it could have been avoided.
Yes, I think for me when I realized something about like the family lineage, one of the biggest things was that njoba dosho ukuthi mongazi it's like walking blindly like ungathi uhamba bomnyameni. But once usuwazi khona lento ekhanyayo ngaphakathi kwena ekwenza ukuthi even nalezi zinto uyiphupha nezinto ukhonjiswa zona zenze sense.
Yeah.
You know, because even in terms of amandla olele nayo, you know, for me I cried so much ngithwasa and even sengiphothulile I cried a lot. Ngikhalisa ukuthi in all that I have done, as much as ngawumuntu ukuthi bebeloku ngitsho kuthiwe nginenhlanhla ngoba ngilapha ngisasegobongweni yabo ukuthi kushuthi idlozi lami lizokusebenza because ngilapha ngisadla igobongo. You know, looking abantu bekhonjiswa mina befika kumina, you know, ngangumuntu nje wayilapha as if already sengiyisangoma. People said that was a blessing, but I always worked on the function of angithembi into engiyona nangithembi lento engiyenzayo. Yabo, what if ngempela lento engiyona is not real? What if like lento engiyona into engicabangayo because mhlambe I feel like it's because I don't fit in, you know?
Yeah.
Because like you're alone now when you spend a lot of time by yourself, even though uyakwazi ukuhlala nabantu, but you spend a lot of time by yourself. Mina nami ngikwazi ukuhlala usuku lonke nje ngingakhulumisi umuntu, you know?
Yeah.
Hayi ngoba isuke ixabene but ngihluleke ukuba ne-energy yokuhlala nomuntu ngixoxa naye. But uhleli unemcabango uzama ukuzithola but awuzitholi, you know, like mhlambe I have to say this, bazalwane ngixolele. Mina baningi sengibalaphile ebengilahlela nje ngithi ay izobonana phambili like and this was even before YouTube, like this was before YouTube, about 5 years ago. Ngilapha abantu ngitshela uma ngithi noma hey bengilahlela lapha ngazi nokwazi ukuthi lento edinga ihlanganisa, but hey ngizwe kuthiwa hayi into ethile isebenzile, into ethile isebenzile, but I still have, even though abantu babuyele kumina bathi hayi ifezekile ukuthi kwenzekile ukuthi, but ngangihlezi nginalento ukuthi hayi maybe it was just luck, ngithandazela umuntu aphile, ngimnika umuthi umuntu umsiza umuthi, ngimnika isiwasho asizakale, like kunamacala abantu abambalwa engawachitha ngiwachitha ngesiwasho bazalana ayingisho nangomuthi to find out ukuthi mina ubaba kamkhulu wami that was one of the biggest things he used to do, ukuthi yabo nje mozoba necala hayi lalela fike uzokusotha lelo cala ngeliphinde lithethwe ngeliphinde licatshakwe kuyolahleka kwa docket kwenzekani izinto umkhulu wami wayezenza ngomuthi, abantu mebebe empini babeqala kuyena hayi bazobuya benqobile. These are things that he was gifted with. So masisenziwa na imina, it was like man, if I didn't find out about my grandfather, I wouldn't have understood why I'm able to do that. Ngoba labantu laba ngabakhiphela iwasho ukubasiza ngalamacala abo.
I think nokuthi ukubuwazi vele usekhaya besikhona izangoma besikhona inyanga. Ngabe into aso yaba a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Yabo. Ngoba ngabe wathwasa ungasena umuntu ozungabazayo njalo. Yabo ngoba manje nje usuwazi ukuthi ekhaya kunenyanga kunezangoma. Usumuntu osuhamba nolwazi ukuthi hayi vele lento ibikhona ekhaya. Uyenza nje uyenza uyazithemba yabo. Like uyakuthwala umngoma wasekhaya uyazi ukuthi okay vele into lena ayikhona ekhaya into vele embathwe nawo okhokho baba.
Yeah.
Yabo. Ithanda ukuba nzima into aso uma ukuthi uzophuma kumndeni okwanjalo othi usindisiwe ngalondlela leyo. And then masukuthi sekuvela into aso mhlambe ngomntwana oyedwa bese kuthiwa hayi nje lonto la ekhaya siyazi ungasazi ukuthi iqhamukapi iqala ngawe nje lento.
Of which basobe kwenza islima ayikho into enginyanyisa njengaleyo.
Ngeke ukuthi solo kusuke lendulo wena nje umndeni wakini akazi kube khona inyanga eyodwa noma umthandazi noma nje isangoma esisodwa kuzoqala ngawe nje ngo2014 noma ngo2014
kuzosuka ngawe izofuka ngawe nje
phela ngawe nje ngo2014 bathi ya yazini ya
sikhalela ubizangoma
sesikhalela izangoma ke manje yo ayikazi nje aqala nje kanjalo ayikazi futhi ayisoze.
Yabo lento lena uyubukhosi kwangempela, because you don't just become a chief. Yabo mozoba inkosi kuba kwi bloodline ikhethwa abantu abane bloodline abanegazi lobukhosi, and mozoba umlaphi whether isangoma or umthandazi or inyanga, leyo nto leyo isuka isegazini. The things mina esengizilaphile thus far nezinto esezenzakala kumina, and the mere fact why inyoka zithanda kangaka la ekhaya. Ngikhumbula when was it November last year, October? Was it after my birthday before?
You were doing what?
Kwakuneyinyoka ezayigcwelela.
It was just before your mom's birthday, I think.
September. September la in the main house, ayingisho esigodlweni, in the main house mhlawumbe inyoka zaziwu 4 or 5 ezazila endlini ku roof ihlezi khala zintanta uthola ukuthi ibuye iziqatha ke la ngaphambili ku veranda noma eqathakile ngala kube khona ezophuma la ngasekitchen, kodwa nje inyoka ziyakuthanda la ekhaya. About a month ago khona yaphuma ngewindi lapha. About a few days ago khona ehleli lapha ebehleli lapha lapha ekamereni inyoka ziyakuthanda nje la, and kuhlezi kuyilezi nje ezekuthiwa abantu abadala, we always every now and again see a snake skin. Mingemanzini without fail ngizothinta amanzi ngizwe ukuthi okay nanku usefikile lo muntu wala ekhaya emanzini. There's always that presence of snakes, and ngaba ngisabi at this level. I'm trying to get better at it, but ngisayisabi inyoka unfortunately. But the mere fact that ekhaya bebe emanzini baphume nazi inyoka, these are things that you would lie in comfort with. I know it's okay. I'll be okay. If kwenzeka ukuthi mengibona inyoka noma mengibona into enjena ngizoba right. Yabo mengihanjwe inyoka ekhanda or mengingena emanzini mina bakhona baningi abanye babengicontacta through YouTube baningi sengibayise emanzini uthola ukuthi saguqula umuntu umthandaze lisho into enyaweni lisho idlozi einyaweni yabo ngigxuma kancane ngibuye ngathi ngiyabanda ngoba uyahleka fukushaya. But umthandazo lo muntu osemanzini asibheke ngithi hayikhuleka hayikho into izowenzeka sikhona, but ukhuleka usaba because you think ukuthi I'm not used to this and I'll never get used to this, because uhleli in the knowledge ukuthi maybe what I'm feeling or what I'm into ngiyidonsayo ayihlanzekile ayigezekile, but it is because it's pure, and it takes so much fighting through your life ukuthi ukwazi ukufika at a place where uyathemba umngoma bakho, uyathemba idlozi, uyathemba izinto okhonjiswa zona. Mina it took a good 3 years ukuthi ngithembe lento engiyiyona, ngithembe ukuthi mengihlola uthi umuntu lento engiyishoyo uyayibelieve or akayibelieve angisenandaba, because kanti before ngangishaya nembeza ukuthi uthi nangu lo muntu uthi akayazi lento noma uthi ayikho lento mhlawumbe amadlozi angikhombisa into engekho, you know.